Hello, welcome to a big old sweaty humid London. It's 31 degrees. My thing's saying 20, but it's lying. It's 30. It's horrible. So I've come in to be in the shade, in the peace and the quiet, and I'm asking for recommendations. That's what the whole point of this is. It's not a weather report, it's a request for recommendations. Someone is in New York right now, and their hotel is not far from a Blick's, yeah. So I have a list. I have once, but I don't want to waste the opportunity and spend it on either something I already have or a brand. I want something unique. So if anybody can help me with some recommendations, the first thing I want to know is, are their own brand products any good? So I know that they do, I know they do oils, but if they do acrylics, if they do graphite pencils, like sketching pencils, 2Bs and all of that, if they do sets of that, sketchbooks, watercolor specifically, hot press or cold press, either their own brand or a brand we don't get here, or if we do, we pay through the nose because it's like, say, Canson. Oh, what's that other one? Yeah, that would be great. I'd really appreciate that. Art shops in the UK, now I live in London, so there's a rake of them, but when I go in, either it's me not able to cope with all the choice, I get overwhelmed, and a couple of things can happen. I either come out with nothing, I come out with something I did not have any intention of buying in the first place, or I come out not having bought what I specifically went in to buy and only realising it on the train home. So my husband has done this for me. There's a great little art shop in Los Cristianos in Tenerife. Phenomenal, has everything in it, and he was there having a weekend, and he rang me. I went, well, what do you want? And I was after schminke, you know, the granulating ones, and they're a tiny bit cheaper, a little bit cheaper in Europe. So he had me on the camera, and he's go, right, these are, I said, fine schminke, right, these are the schmink, and I went bum bum bum. I said, get me you know, not Fabergé, you know who I mean, get me one of those hardback sketchbooks. So that was that. We're in, we were out, there was no extraneous purchases made. Perfect. So while he's in America, I thought this is the right time to do that again, because I'm not going to waste time and money. We went to San Francisco one year when we lived in America. It was 2017. We had a long weekend in San Francisco, and I've been in a Blick's before, and there was one on Union Square. It wasn't far from where we were staying. Got in. At that time, I hadn't got back into painting. I was on the cusp of it, you know, I was thinking about it. Art shops, I love them anyway, even just to go in and buy a little notebook or something. I just love to be around the stuff and have a look. And I went in, and honest to God, it was so overwhelming. It was just too much. And I knew that if I started buying stuff, there was no point, because I'd like the kernel of an idea, but this, I was jumping the gun. But I thought it was incredible. You know, overall, the experiences I had with art shops in America were brilliant. They seemed to be really extensive. There seemed to be so much choice. Everything you could possibly need was there. It's not the case of what I've experienced in the UK, except there was sort of one exception, kind of. There was Wilcox and something, I think it's in Canterbury, and we were there, I went in, and they seemed to have loads of, they had schminke, they had Daniel Smith. They had, I can't see now, but there was loads and loads and loads of stuff. Now, I think the reason for that was because the local university, I think, has a fine art degree. So it's for the students. Right, so yeah, the Americans are spoiled for choice. And if there's anything that you think Blick do really well, like if their own brand stuff is worth it, that would be super. Now, the next thing is, if there are any little hidden jewels, sort of smaller art shops, art supply shops, or you know, the kind of thing, craft shops or journals or lovely gorgeous things, to quote Patsy, beautiful gorgeous things, let me know, and I'll do a little haul afterwards if anybody's interested. So I've got a full house of catnappers. Gray's just dropped by for his lunch, and take advantage of some of the shade. See if I can get him to drink some water. You coming in, Kuro? It's cooler in here. Maybe it's cooler for them on the stones, on the paving stones. Yeah, bless you both. Not really equipped. All those furry coats that you've got to look around behind you. I'm going to see if Gray will drink some water, because there's no puddles or anything for him to take advantage of. Right. Yeah, so that's it from blistering London. Hopefully it's going to cool down and we can all get back to a normal rate of life with sideways rain, and doesn't bother me. You're not going to find me carking out 30-degree heat. No, thank you. So that's it for now. Thank you for joining me. Give me your suggestions, give me your recommendations. Keep creating. Like, subscribe, of course. And come back and see me again soon. Bye for now.